Hey guys, welcome back. We have some updates today, and yes, they're minor updates, but we're dealing with a lot of money here. We have some much better photos. We have a reward. I do not want the reward. If you help out with information, I'll make sure that it's known that you were the one helping out with information. That's not why I do this. That's not why the channel exists, but it's good to know that there is a potential bounty for those looking to do the right thing and report these individuals. We're going to look through all the images of the new and improved images of the perpetrators. Again, very, very dumb of them. Let's watch the video clip. If you haven't watched the previous video, you can watch that, but let's also play the video through here. You can see there are two people distracted down at the bottom, the two employees at the bottom, the third employee distracted at the top here by people who were definitely in on this heist. We got the yellow employee here, the yellow hoodie, probably sweater of some kind, and then the gentleman in the purple, the thief in the purple, the product, stealing a case with somewhere between $1.5 and $2 million in cards. Consulted with some experts. I did a rough add up. I saw about 400,000, but it's good to hear from people that know a little bit more about sports, know what they're talking about, to give me an estimate on that. I'd like to stick with the probably the 1.5 million, just to stay on the side of, being realistic. We don't need to pump the numbers. It's a ridiculous number, no matter how you look at it. Now, let's get into the details here. We have a $70,000. We've decided to offer a reward of $70,000 for the return or information leading to the return of the cards that were stolen. So we got a phone number. So contact them. Contact me as well if you'd like to. Again, more information the better. Surely there's more vendors, especially now that we have better images of these individuals that are going to be able to identify, hey, I was recording at my booth. This is what these guys looked like. These are the guys. They might be wearing different clothing, but these guys, again, dumb criminals are going to be dumb. They got tattoos that are not covered up. We got, unless they're fake tattoos. Is that like the ultimate 3D chest? So we got the boss individual here. Again, we got the arm tattoos, straight out of Whatnot. There are definitely going to be better recordings, photos. Now, if anyone's taking photos at these events, oftentimes people are recording video footage or taking photos, and you see these guys in those photos at any point. Clearer images, the better. Now, I have a hard time believing that these guys are not going to be identified regardless. Just based on what they stole, should be traceable back to them. This guy here with the bucket hat, the purple thief, blue. He's got the arm tattoos. You gotta have those when you're stealing. Definitely don't wear a long sleeve. They will never see it coming. We got this individual here. Nice little shot of him pointing, doing some things. We got this guy here looking surprised. Now, again, guys, in 2024, if you're thinking you can just, in broad daylight, be thieving things, it doesn't matter if you change your t-shirts. You're going to get caught. Like, you got a leg tattoo right here. Again, tattoos, probably your downfall. If you're going to be thieving things, you probably don't want those. We got this guy here. Again. You got to have the hats on. I don't know if they thought the hats would help them. We got this guy here with the beard. Jeez, he's a little pixelated, but you get the point. A little bit closer up of the tattoo. We have this individual here going by a booth. Again, this is from the footage. If you know anyone that had been at the event, if they took pictures, if they recorded anything at any point, maybe they took a little group photo, maybe they took a photo with one of their best buds, and these shady dudes are in the background. Now, there's so many people that are like, oh yeah, it's insurance fraud. Why? Why would you do it at an event and have 4 people stealing? Why would you get this many people involved to commit insurance fraud? We have another leg tattoo shot here, the arm tattoos on the phone. Someone also pointed out that there was the guy that brought out his phone in the original clip that we took a look at. He actually put down his other phone that he was talking on and then used another phone as the distraction phone, which is interesting. And no, guys, this is not me. I know it's a white hat. I got the glasses. I know someone's going to say it. I was not there. I have alibis. Here we go. We got what a beautiful leg tattoo that is. Just rocking the tattoos. More images, the better, guys. The more eyes we can get on this, the better it is. Again, we got some pretty good shots of all these guys. And no, not me. That is not me, guys. Don't say it. Don't do it. I was not there. Now, it'll be interesting to see what the story is behind this. Let's take a close-up look at all of the cards themselves as best we can here. Now, people are like, "Oh, those cards are cracked. You'll never see those cards again." With the age of these cards, I don't know. You guys need to check out Blowout, because on Blowout, time and time again, they will find cards that were altered. They'll find before and after images of altered cards, and a lot of these cards, many of these cards, have flaws, have centering that will not be matched to another card. It's how it is. When you have creases and stuff like this, the creases are not going to be in the same place. The flaws are not going to be in the same place. This is not like a brand new modern card where there's 7,000 copies of it and they all kind of look the same. With Pokemon, we can use the holographic pattern, which very rarely is even close to in the same spot. It's a repeating pattern, but when the cards are printed, it's a very good way to identify that centering. Little damage, little nicks. Now with vintage stuff like this, every single stain, every single crease. And if there are records of these being sold, then there's high definition images that can be referenced as such. But especially the most expensive stuff here. When you have pieces of the card that are missing, when you have creases on the cards that are missing, I do appreciate the expertise that was provided. Dan the Card Man reached out to get a little bit more of an approximate on these cards. Much appreciated. Again, I did a quick little add up. I was seeing about 400,000, but apparently not even close. Now the 2 million, that might be a little bit of a stretch, so we're going to stick with the 1.5 million. But you can see here, like, there's a crease across the face here. Like, there's a super duper identifiable damage on these cards. They're all in terrible condition because they're extremely old. You're talking 50s here. None of these are mint and identical to another copy. Like, they're all creased and off center and stained in ways that it's not going to be replicated. So if it's insurance and they're just going to keep the cards and they're going to sell them on the black market, as soon as these surface, like, people are going to identify that they're the stolen cards, and then they're going to find out who is selling the stolen cards, and then it's going to trace back to who sold them the stolen cards, and then it's going to trace right back to the people that were dumb enough to steal this stuff on camera. Like, there's many cards that you can steal. These are not some. These are not them. You might think more money, better, easier to move them. No. More expensive, more identifiable. No chance. Not happening. Check out the Twitter itself. And or if you see anything of the sort, let me know. Let them know. And we'll see if we can trace it back and link it and identify whether or not it's the same card here. Now, a lot of this stuff has sold in the past. A lot of this stuff is going to have high definition photos of it from elsewhere, whether it was sold at auction. If the cert number is new enough, the PSA cert numbers are new enough, then they'll have images online. But the grading companies, this is the grading companies. Again, there's another opportunity for the grading companies to step up. You need to be on high alert for all of this stuff. Every time, anytime you receive any of these cards, you need to be coming to the photos, your own database, online databases, to make sure that you're not regrading any of this stuff, because that's just going to create even more of a mess. And yes, the cert numbers, everything, those need to be reported. The grading companies need to be on the lookout for those, but they also need to be on the lookout for the raw cards. These are not cards that you can crack and hide. This is, when you get tens of thousands of dollars, people will find out if you sold this thing. These are not resellable, essentially. Be careful out there when you're buying stuff as well. You do not want to get caught buying one of these. You not stolen anything. You do not want to get caught, because if it gets returned to the original owner, you might be out the money. If you knowingly purchase the stolen goods, depending on where you are, depending on what the laws are, you could be in trouble for that as well. You need to be very careful with this stuff, especially the high dollar stuff, whether it's Pokemon, whether it's sports, anything like that, to make sure that you're not buying stolen goods. You need to be looking up the certs. If it's raw cards and it's super expensive, you need to be very careful. When in doubt, if it's too good to be true, either you're getting ripped off or maybe it's stolen goods. So be careful out there, guys. Hopefully, with the better images, with more people on the lookout. I saw everyone and their dog is sharing this. I think that's lovely. I wish more of that would happen with like less high profile examples of like game store thieves and everything like that. But it's a start. It's a start for sure. And the more, I get it. We can't catch every scammer. We can't catch every thief. But the more they're shown that it's a bad idea, that they're going to get caught for it, the less likely they're going to do it. And the more we can cut down on this stuff, the better. Like whether it's somebody with just a ridiculous amount of cards that's going to a card show. Also, the victim blaming. Guys, please. Everyone with the hindsight is like, oh, I would have been watching that case. I would have made sure that one of the 3 employees was watching the case. When they go to card show after card show after card show, they're probably going to get a little bit too comfortable. They're probably not going to see this coming. I don't think anyone sees this coming. Anyone that's selling at shows like this. You have 3 employees there. You have a booth that no one is supposed to be able to get into. If they just don't notice that people are pulling their attention away all at the same time, I mean, clearly, in hindsight, now you can say like, oh yeah, it's a good idea. Make sure there's always somebody watching the cards. Make sure that make sure they're bolted down. Make sure there's cameras right inside the booth. Yes, hindsight. Anyone can predict that that's going to happen if you watch the clip and then you put yourself in that situation. Most people, again, theft happens all the time at card shows. Usually it's not to this extent. Usually it's not this coordinated. I mean, it's very coordinated for this, considering the fact that these people were dumb enough to be walking around showing their face on camera. But hopefully, and again, the dollar value here is so large that there is a serious punishment for this. This is like FBI level stuff. And this is where the grading companies need to step up. Everyone needs to step up. On this and every other smaller theft, we need to put, hey, this dude stole, I don't care if he stole $500 worth of cards. I don't care if he stole $1,000 worth of cards. It should be the same attention put on it. It should be the same thing. Protect one another. Look out for one another. The people that are doing the right thing, do it. Thank you guys for sharing this out. Thank you for sharing all their tweets. Everything. Let's get them. Join the Discord. See you guys next time. Bye.